Another attack of Jonas VINGEGAARD. He's trying to get rid of POGAČAR and the rest of the riders. Now we turn our attention to this story, because at the back of this group is Guillaume Martin. It's all going to be about time for him. He sneaked his way into this group and potentially he's going to be in the top 3 in the Tour de France tonight.
Bravo. Merci. Good job. Ça va? J'oublie pas que c'est très provisoire comme classement. Rien ne m'empêche de savourer le moment malgré tout. En tout cas, je vais essayer de vendre chèrement ma peau.
He's a super strong rider, but I think 4 minutes and 4 seconds is still a good advantage.
So you'll be still riding defensively?
Sure, we'll see.
You're hiding something?
No, just...
This is a huge assault by POGAČAR.
Like I always said, if there's an opportunity, you grab it.
Jonas VINGEGAARD has cracked Tadej POGAČAR on the climb of the Mont Ventoux.
On Mont Ventoux I had a super day, but of course if I feel good I can try to attack or something.
A proper high mountain stage today with over 4,500 metres of elevation gain. Céret to Andorre via the Port d'Envalira, the highest point of this year's tour. The final climb, the Col de Becchelis, is also super tough, so there was set to be very little respite for the riders once the action got underway. This one looked good for a strong breakaway, so the attacks began just after kilometre 0. Thomas de Gendt was the first man to go, and he was quickly joined by 7 other riders. Aurélien Paré-Pintre, the highest placed man on GC, 25 minutes back, and Dylan Teuns, the stage 8 winner. Julien Bernard, Dan Martin, Sergio Henao, Steven Kreutzweig and Ruben Guerrero were also in there. But plenty of riders were unhappy with this move, and 25 of them began to chase. Big names like Alaphilippe, Valverde and Nibali, as well as the top 4 in the mountains classification, Woods, Quintana, Poels and Van Aert. They eventually caught up to make it 32 men in the lead.
Le retard du peloton à présent 5 minutes 25, 5 minutes 25, 5 minutes 25, 5:25.
Groupama FDJ looking to salvage something from a tough tour. They had 3 men in the break, with Bruno Armirail and Valentin Madouas working for David Gaudu. UAE Team Emirates on the front for Tadej POGAČAR, while a bit further back, Mark Cavendish was starting to lose contact.
This is Mark Cavendish, who's currently going through a bit of pain. He's done a tremendous job so far.
On the day's first climb, the Category 1 Monte de Montlouis, the battle for polka dots resumed in earnest. Poels leading out Woods and Van Aert.
10 points on offer at the top, and it's going to be Wout Poels ahead of Wout Van Aert, ahead of Michael Woods.
By now it was clear that the breakaway would fight it out for stage honours, the gap reaching 10 minutes as they approached the Col de Puy-Morras, and it wasn't just the climbs taking their toll but also the heat, with the temperature hitting 30 degrees Celsius. There were 11 former stage winners of the Tour in this front group, boasting 34 victories between them, so no shortage of experience. 6 apiece for Nibali and Alaphilippe, 4 for Van Aert and Valverde, 3 for Matthews, 3 for Quintana, 2 for Teuns, de Gendt and Dan Martin, and 1 each for Mohoric and Jon Izagirre. Another tussle for 5 points on Puy-Morras, with the same polka dot contenders getting involved.
253 metres to go. Wout Poels on the front, Quintana's there, Wout Poels takes the jump and immediately goes on the attack. Wout Van Aert alongside him. Michael Woods doesn't seem to have the legs this time, and it's Wout Van Aert who is powering away. Wout Poels is looking behind him and Woods almost gets there, but Wout Van Aert is the rider who takes the 5 points.
A few riders starting to struggle on the Envalira, with the wind really picking up towards the summit.
Well, a slight crosswind. Here goes Nairo Quintana now, starting to grow his advantage. 1,300 metres to go to the top of the mountain. And Quintana, the pure climber, is the rider who's now starting to exert his influence on this stage.
Quintana was reeled back in on the long descent of the Envalira, where Guillaume Martin was struggling to stay in touch with the yellow jersey group.
But look at Guillaume Martin, he just cannot get on the wheels. In that little side wind for a moment, he lost the wheel and now he's struggling to come back.
The strongest riders in the front group ready to rock and roll on the Béchalis. Quintana once again, the first to unleash.
This is a big move here again by Nairo Quintana. 20.9 kilometers from the finish. The lights are going out on Wout van Aert. Valverde starts to ratchet up the pace, comes back to the wheel of Nairo Quintana with ease. Alaphilippe is struggling a little bit at the back here as Woods and the rest of the riders fight their way back. Quintana's dropped. As Sepp KUSS now goes. Sepp KUSS going for the stage win, and Alejandro Valverde is unable to go with the acceleration.
All of the top GC men still together with the exception of Martin, perhaps paying for his efforts yesterday. But could anybody put time into Tadej POGAČAR?
Another attack of Jonas Vingegaard. He's trying to get rid of POGAČAR and the rest of the riders. Another attack, it comes from the Ineos Grenadier. Carapaz, the Ecuadorian Eagle, trying to soar his way over the top of this mountain. He couldn't get rid of POGAČAR at the bottom when it really was better territory. What a ride he's done today. The oldest rider in the race is now putting Jumbo-Visma's Tour de France back on track as far as stage wins are concerned. They've got Vingegaard in a prime position. Sepp KUSS, 200 meters to go. The young American, 26 years of age, in his second Tour de France, is going now to win stage number 15. Sepp KUSS, an emotional finish. From Durango in the USA, Sepp KUSS wins the stage to Andorre-la-Vieille.
Very strong ride by Tadej POGAČAR. Stayed isolated for a long way in today's stage, but he stayed cool, he followed his rivals, and he did exactly what he had to do.
To be honest, I was really suffering a lot in this tour. I just didn't feel like I had the spice in the legs. Today, I knew it was finishing where I live, and I was really motivated for the stage. And finally, I had really good legs again, so I'm so happy.
KUSS becomes the first American to win a stage of the Tour since Tyler Farrar back in 2011. No sweat for POGAČAR, who still leads Rigoberto Urán by 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Guillaume Martin slipping back to 9th place overall. There's a lovely battle for polka dots unfolding. Wout Poels is back on top after today's stage. He never gets to wear it, but POGAČAR still holds the white jersey as well by 5 minutes 32 from Vingegaard. Cavendish easily beating the time cut and staying in green, even if Michael Matthews did slightly cut the gap. Well, now it's time for a well-earned rest day in Andorra.